Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is July 21st and this is my weekly shop update. Now the first thing this week, I thought I'd let you guys know that these clamps, these are the Jorgensen parallel clamps, they're on sale at Menards this week. So if you have a Menards by you, swing on by. The 24-inch, got the ad here, the 24-inch clamps are 23 bucks, the 36 are 27, and the 48 are 30. So Menards usually puts these things on sale a few times a year, so when I was just getting started, I'd pick these things up, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of them at a time whenever they went on sale. That's how I got all the clamps I have now. I think these ones are probably the best bang for the buck by far as far as parallel clamps go. If I didn't already have so many, I'd probably go buy some more. But they do go on sale pretty often, so if they are on sale and you see it in the flyer, I highly advise you to go by and pick up a couple. And before you know it, you do that a few times, you have pretty much as you're going to need. Alright, so the big thing this week is my coffee table project. I have it kind of semi-disassembled because I want to basically assemble it for you and just show you all the joinery that goes into this thing. So I'm going to move the camera around and I'll walk you through basically the assembly of the piece. So the first piece here is the subtop. This is what I had shown last week as being assembled to the legs. As you saw last week, it was a breadboard with dovetails on the end that go into the legs. And I've gone ahead already and I drilled my holes for my pegs. And I made my pegs over here. Been making those with my dowel plate. You'll also notice on here that I elongated my outside holes. That allows this panel to move back and forth because I'm only going to be gluing the center tenon, and then these outside ones will be able to float back and forth. I actually found that a chainsaw file works really well for elongating these holes. This one right here, I think this is a 7/32 chainsaw file. It fits right in there nicely, and you can file that hole and get it elongated just the way you want it. So handy tip, pick up a chainsaw file. It does cut real fast too, so it makes the process really quick. Okay, so this pops right on here. There's my mallet. Like that. And then when I'm ready to actually install it, I'll drive my pegs into the holes. So that's the sub top. Let me get the shelf piece and the legs, and we'll take a look at that part. So here we have the shelf, and just like the sub top, it also has a breadboard end, but unlike the top or the sub top, it has a pair of tenons on the end instead of a dovetail socket. And that goes into a pair of mortises here. So these just simply go together. Like that. And now you can see that the leg is sort of notched in here around the panel side and the breadboard end because we'll be getting a curve along the front. So now if you look at the middle, this is where the dividers are going to go for the drawer compartment. These are installed with dominoes just to speed things up. I've also done this in the past with a sliding dovetail. That worked fine as well. A little more finicky, but you could also do tenons here as well. I've done that too. So now the sub top can come in and sit down on the tenons and the sockets for the dovetails. All right, so I can put the top on, or the sub top. Gotta get it all lined up here. Just a lot of things to get aligned. There. So now that's the table. Basically, all the joinery is done, and now it just comes down to fine-tuning everything and adding the curves. I do have the curve template for the front. I guess the front and the back, or the long side. I made this template on a previous project and I just kept it around because I figured I'd use it again. And well, I am going to use it again. So like I said, that pretty much wraps up all the joinery on the table, except for the drawer. But other than that, it's just going to be a little bit of fine-tuning here and there. I do plan on pre-finishing all the parts just to make it a lot easier as far as finishing is concerned. So for that, all we have to do is get these, basically get the breadboards finalized and attached to the subtop and to the shelf, and then I'll be pretty much ready to go as far as pre-finishing goes. So regarding the drawer, I had someone leave a great comment or great idea last week, and I don't recall who, so I'm sorry off the top of my head, I don't remember who. If you look in the comments from last week, you'll see who it was. But basically their idea was, instead of doing two drawers that could be opened from both sides independently, have one big drawer that could basically be pushed through both sides, which is a great idea and I really like it. The only hesitation I have on that right now, and I haven't made up my mind completely, was that I had originally wanted to do this with basically a flush drawer, so the drawer would be inset but flush to the frame. The only problem with making it one big drawer is that I don't really have control over how flush it becomes, because this, well, like we talked about last week, this table is going to change dimension in this direction, whereas that drawer will not. So if I were to make a drawer like that, the single one that goes back and forth, that's a fixed length. So as the seasons go on and as this thing probably is going to shrink because it's pretty humid right now, but as it shrinks, if I make that flush right now, it'll be proud in the future. So either I have to make it so it's basically inset most of the time or something like that. I just have to have some kind of variation on it. I can't do flush anymore. So I'm just kind of thinking of the pros and cons there. The nice thing about having an independent drawer or a drawer on both sides and having it be flush is you can control, basically you can keep that drawer flush by putting your stop for the drawer in the front here. So you would just mount a little piece of wood along the front. That would be the actual stop for the drawer, so that when the drawer closes, it's always going to be closing flush to that front face. So that's kind of where my mindset is right now. If you guys have any more feedback for me, I'd be happy to hear it. I always appreciate that. I know you guys are great for great ideas, so thanks as always. So no update on the patio this week, or at least not a whole lot's going on out there. The only thing I really got done is I started to backfill a few of the walls. Not that exciting, just dumping some dirt behind some walls. Hopefully I'll have a little more progress to show you guys next week, and it'll be a little more interesting than just dirt. But that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching as always. If you guys have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, please let me know. Please leave a comment. I always appreciate those, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. So as always, thanks for watching, and until next week, happy woodworking.